wrestling back then, at any given night, a guy could get his ass whipped, unlike today. You know, you had guys like Hodge, and you know, Hodge, if he was in a bad mood, man, it was going to be a long night.
Right. So, I guess leaving there, we went back to Atlanta. Things seem to be going a little better. The company seems a little better structured and everything.
Yeah, it was a little more money involved, you know, and things run smoother. And then in '75, I went to Australia for Jim Barnett over there.
How's he like?
He was funny.
We hear a lot of stories about him.
Yeah, he was a funny guy. You know, he was okay. Yeah, he just did what he did, you know, whatever that was. You know.
I hear you.
But I went to Australia in '75, and then in '76 I actually quit for a year and went to North Bay, Ontario. I had bought some property up there. My wife's originally from North Bay, about 225 miles.
Yeah, I think Ronnie said he went up there. You were with Ronnie, who went up to Ontario too, right?
Yeah, that's where I went up as a kid. You know, I was like 15. Went up there and did the ring thing, and so that's where I met my wife. Was in 1969 in June. Precious, the summer of '69, and met her. And then if I can back up a little bit, when I met her, I left there that summer, went back. We were actually living in Charlotte, I think, with Ronnie, and or Tampa, maybe Tampa. Can't remember that, but you know, I was so in love with my wife. Now still my wife after 34 years, that I moved, and like I said, I never really got along. Ronnie and I got along okay, you know, but I mean, we didn't have like no close bond. It wasn't a family thing. So I left home and went to Canada, moved up there, and lived in an old hotel.
So she was from North Bay, and she remained there. You met her in '69.
Met her in '69. Went up to school there in September because I didn't break in till November. Went to school up there for 3 months, and then in November got a break.
Right.
Left there, and then now we go back to when I went to Phoenix. I was still dating her.
Right.
So I dated her to the point to where I went to Oklahoma, and we married in '72.
Okay.
Well, I've been with her 34 years. Been married 31 or 32.
Right.
All my life, it seems like, because she was 14 when I met her, and I was like, 16. Because I turned 17 in September. My birthday in September 25th, and then broke in when I was 17. So she went with me to Oklahoma. So she was fresh, just protected kid in North Bay, never seen nothing like this. She was in the Oklahoma scene doing all these trips with me, and I would go to a town and check in to a motel, put her there because I couldn't dare take her to the matches. She's 16 or 17, she's 16 years old or something.
Right.
You know? And then when I would finish, I'd go get her, and we'd go drive 5,000 miles and go check in another motel.
Yeah.
So she did that whole thing with me, you know. And then she went to Tennessee, and she did it was a little better. Oklahoma was where I really had to shelter her, you know.
So she was on the road with you.
She was on the road right out of being protected from a great family up north to go into hell in Oklahoma with me, you know. So '76, I went to North Bay. And stayed up there a year. I bought a meat market that was up there. Took the year off, learned how to cut meat, messed around, realized that wasn't my life. Plus they hate Americans up there. Yeah. And I was like, 20, whatever the numbers. I was young, 20 years, 22 years old. They really hated young Americans, and I had a good business. Easily over $1 million a year in meat. We were we imported seafood. We were the biggest seafood importer north of Toronto in the whole province of Ontario. But that wasn't my life, It wasn't what I was meant to do.
You had wrestling in your blood.
Wrestling was in my blood. So we ended up going out to California with Roy Shires and Pat Patterson.
San Francisco.
San Francisco. Ran shows for Roy out there. Santa Rosa, Ukiah, Reno. And just we promoted with Roy and used his talent. And then, so that would be probably like 77, something like that.
Who was out there at that time?
Morocco
out there.
Morocco, Stevens, Frankie Kane was out there as the Great Mephisto. Those are the ones I can remember. Right. Peter Mavia was out there.
So you did, you're still doing the managing? or
I was out in California. I was just promoting.
you were just promoting?
Just
Okay,
promoting,
you were all
yeah.
behind the scenes office.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you like it, or
Yeah, it was okay.
made some alright money?
I
Or?
made some okay money.